Embla Books presents Moth to the Flames, written by Tracy Buchanan and read by Rose Robinson. Prologue. The silk unfurls, delicate yet deceiving in its strength. Under the watchful eye of the moon, the arm is the first to be wrapped, tightly, from the wrist upward, the fabric hugging the contours of muscle and bone. It's a meticulous process, each layer a step closer to metamorphosis. The legs are next, the silk drawn carefully over bruised knees and calves, encasing them in a cocoon of shimmering threads. Practiced hands work with precision, winding more silk around the hips and now the torso and chest, the heart beneath pounding with a fearful, relentless rhythm. There's a devotion in the motions, a respect for the material. Muga silk, rare and revered, each thread a lifeline to the ancient. More silk is wound around the shoulder, then the delicate skin of the neck. Fear flickers in the eyes, a primal instinct recognizing the tightening noose. Each movement is deliberate, slow, as the silk encases the neck, inching closer and closer until the final shroud draws over the face with a chilling finality. The world outside fades to a muffled shadow, leaving only the sound of breath. This is no ordinary night, nor an ordinary ritual. It's the beginning of an end, a metamorphosis not just of the body, but of the soul, orchestrated by hands that both give and take life, weaving fate with a weaver's skill. The final shroud tightens on what the uninitiated might see as a cruel entombment. But then, isn't the act of metamorphosis cruel? The cracking of the shell amidst a seepage of visceral fluids. A grating reality that heralds the ultimate triumph of nature, revealing not the grotesque, but the breathtaking splendor of transformation. Of course, not all transformations go according to plan. In some cases, parasitic wasps inject their eggs into the larvae, the hatching wasp consuming the host from the inside out, turning the promise of transformation into a horrifying demise. But, even amidst deformity and pain, isn't it still a transformation, a necessary part of nature's relentless cycle? The final layer is drawn over the eyes, and the metamorphosis begins. Chapter 1. Tuesday. Dr. Vanessa Marwood's gloved hands sifted through the chest cavity of the decomposing corpse, her fingers probing the drying tissues with clinical precision. Above her, the Australian autumn sun seared the eucalyptus trees that dotted the boundary of the Facility for Taphonomic Experimental Research, or, as it was more commonly known, the Sydney Body Farm. Vanessa carefully lifted a rib, inspecting the invasion of Domestes beetles. The creatures clung tenaciously to the bone, their black bodies glistening. Vanessa noted how they busied themselves in the cavities, their mandibles working methodically to strip away the last remnants of dried tissue, turning what was once flesh and fat into mere memories. Her back started to ache, so she stirred and stretched, her gaze sweeping over the land that unfurled before her. The farm was the final resting home of dozens of donated bodies, which all lay in various stages of decay, each positioned deliberately to mimic circumstances of unexplained or violent deaths. Mesh cages protected some from scavengers, while others were left exposed, their skin drying to leather under the Australian heat, bones gleaming white against the red soil. Around them lay the vast bushland of the Blue Mountains, with its tall, slender gum trees, their silvery green leaves reaching towards the blue skies. Amidst the evergreens, the deciduous trees scattered throughout the landscape were starting to turn, leaves transforming into vibrant shades of red, orange, and yellow, adding a softness to the rugged terrain.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?